pronto, pronto? Pronto, pronto? Pronto, pronto, pronto?
And as I mentioned you before, this is the first meeting with you and your students, and the main purpose is to give a first overview of the activity of our foundation, and of the movement that our foundation created for promoting its institutional mission. So, if you allow me, I have prepared a presentation, a PowerPoint that I would like to share with you. And at the end of this presentation, if there are some questions, also in connection with your participation to our coming festival in November, I will try to do my best. So let me first share the screen. Do you see my presentation? Okay, so
yes,
you see? Okay,
yes.
thank you very much. So let's, as I told you before, let's going on with my presentation. Our foundation was born over 30 years ago in Florence, and the main institutional aim was to promote peace and intercultural dialogue among people from different countries and culture, and especially in the field of educational activities, teaching activities, and training activities. So this message has been launched, first of all, to the young generation of people. They are the future of our world, and aims to disseminate and to emphasize the importance of the respect and the harmony among people. And being our foundation rooted in Florence, that it's one of the important cultural cities, and that attract, before pandemic, of course, millions of people and tourists and travelers, we also were aimed to struggle the degrade of the travel and experience, and transforming the visiting experience, the tourism experience, from a simple occasion of leisure into a precious moment of encounter between people from different cultures. So it is not, for our point of view, travel, visiting a place for discovering and enjoying the local cultural identity is not only an hedonistic or egotic part, moved by an egotic purpose, but there should be an important opportunities also to improve ourselves, our vision of the world, our role as citizen of the world, and to put into the light that there are many possibilities of creating ethical and also commercial opportunities in such a situation. That's why we have created the movement Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue. And it is a global commitment that we would like to share with the universities and the other higher educational institutes that so far we approached and we collaborated. And of course, as I told you before, we really hope that also Chandigarh College of Architecture will join soon. Let me again express my appreciation for the principal, Professor Sangeeta Bhatta, for her belief in our activity, and of course to extend to the person who realized this first bridge of collaboration between our institution, the Drona Foundation and Miss Shika Jain. Coming back to our activities, so Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue is would like to be a global movement of young students from universities belonging to our network of collaboration, and would like to stand as an interdisciplinary approach to heritage awareness first and travel management. So it's a multidisciplinary view of the phenomena that we face when we talk about culture and the travel, and with a specific focus on the importance of not only the so famous sustainable tourism, but to transform it in a responsible and even ethical approach, because we have had so far the evidence, the great evidence that the mass tourism and the tourism, as we are used to say in city like Florence, will bring to the annihilation of the interpersonal relationship, and at the same time to the overuse of the social cultural tissue of the society that welcome visitors. So building peace through the in the world through dialogues, thanks to heritage, travel, and hospitality is our vision, with a particular focus on the interpretation, communication, knowledge, and protection of the personality of the sites and its economy. Our mission is promote knowledge of diversity of cultural expressions, and especially in collaboration with young generation. This is a rough map of the partnership all over the world that we have been lucky and able to create over the last 30 years. And Life Beyond Tourism would like to be a sort of connecting point with the three important UNESCO conventions: the 1972, the World Heritage Convention, the 2003, the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage, and 2005, the Protection of Diversity of the Cultural Expressions. And in collaboration with the network of our university, we have over the last 10 years created a theoretical approach and scientific approach, and combined with a set of practical application, and we would like to share with all the universities that believe in that network, because we think that each heritage site as an opportunity to become a center for promoting a new ethical and cultural, and of course also economic vision of the site. We don't have to forget the capacity of those heritage sites of attracting people, and the opportunities that often is not well developed to build international relationships between local stakeholders, and the community of visitors. And it is just in those places that it's important to the awareness about the preservation and enhancement of a local tradition and contemporary art and culture. And and this is something that belongs to our mission since the beginning. We we would like to use, if you can allow me that term, the capacity of inspiring the minds, emotion, and behavior of young generation and traveler toward the openness of knowledge and intercultural dialogue. So this is Florence is, but many sites, and also in India are places that where you can find a lot of people coming from different countries, culture, but whenever we saw such a kind of pictures, we have the suspicion, we have the fear that many opportunities for creating relationships, intercultural dialogue are missed, and we are losing an opportunity. This is a picture. I don't know if someone of you have visited Florence before. This is a picture of the main square of the Uffizi Gallery, that is the biggest Italian museum in Florence. And you can see, of course, this is a picture before pandemic, but the situation, fortunately or not, it depends on the points of view, is resuming progressively. And you can see people of many countries waiting for their turn to enter the museums. And we personally, from the foundation point of view, we are convinced that we are losing some opportunities to creating a global and a general awareness of the experience that those people are living. Visiting a place should not be just only a way to satisfy some aesthetic needs, but we are deeply convinced that should be a way for improving our spirit, our attitude to approach the diversity. And that is the ground where we would like to play. And we are sketched some strategies like to promote awareness and sense of belonging and ownership for the local stakeholder. The importance of sharing knowledge and inclusiveness to feed the culture of the meeting, the importance of a better quality of relationship between presence, heritage, citizen, travelers and residents, and the importance, of course, to sort out the inadequate number of visitors and to promote the extension of their stay. In general, to struggle against the hitherto prevalent consumistic-oriented viewpoint of heritage sites and privilege a people-centered approach And then finally, to privilege the quality of travel experience in comparison of the quantity of number of tourists. In other words, our life beyond tourism is not tourism, but it is first a commitment in increasing the region awareness and interest of young local people in their cultural identity, and to spur their capacity in contributing to the attractiveness and fruition of the sites they live and work, and create and promote again a movement of souls and minds for be aware about the importance of intercultural dialogue between local communities and visitors communities. So through our Life Beyond Tourist Travel to Dialogue movement, we would like to contribute to the dialogue among culture, and especially enhancing the place identity and local heritage and art and local cultural expressions. We activated different tools. The first and the most important one is the Life Beyond Tourism portal, www.lifebeyondtourist.org, where we have created a sort of global arena to share the achievements, thoughts and experiences and activities of the universities that are embarking with us into the Life Beyond Tourism movement. And the second one is the creation of an international network of centers, like hopefully Chandigarh College of Architecture will be, the so-called Life Beyond Tourism Info Point network, where university has the opportunity to be an active part of program of continuous scientific and educational progress and international exchange on global and urgent themes linked to the enhancement of regional identities. And to give, also the possibility of a concrete and participatory tools to young generation and people and students for a holistic and evolving vision of global society, starting from the protection of the identity of places. And of course, to favor also international partnership, training experience, educational activity, scientific conference between the members of the, amongst the members of the Life Beyond Tourism Info Point Network. This is an overview of the universities that so far have shared and accepted to be part of that movement. And you see, we are from America until Japan, and we are determined to go on with that program for 5 years, and at the conclusion of the 5th years, we are sure that that network will be much wider, extended globally, and with much more possibility for tutors and students to increase their knowledge in the field of heritage enhancement and hospitality and travel management for ethic purposes. Just a short and quick overview of the previous Life Beyond Tourism info points in several universities in the world. We are here in Ivanovo in Russia, and then in Riga, Latvia, Durham in UK, Vilnius in Lithuania, Tambov in Russia, Togliatti again in Russia, Baku in Azerbaijan, Łódź in Poland. All those universities like Chandigarh College of Architecture are selected people just to learn better about the life beyond tourism methodology and to participate in the initiatives that for the time being in future we will carry out. Bologna from Italy, of course, Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan, Bratislava, Slovakia, Ulyanovsk, Kyoto in Japan, again Baku, Pristina in Kosovo, and there is a list of other potential and coming partners, and of course Chandigarh will be included in my next presentation as the new added one. But again, thanks to Drona Foundation, we are determined to involve other universities from India. And let me now talk about the program Back to Life, Revitalization of Places Post-COVID-19, that it is the first program that we activated recently for also contributing to restart the global trend of promotion of the local sites for attract visitors that are really interested in discovering the spirit of the place. And in that program, we concentrate ourselves in the term of cultural expressions. We would like to shed a light and to create and insights on the typical cultural expression of the territories our university partners are coming from. Let me remind the UNESCO definition that for cultural expressions, those expressions that result from the creativity of individuals, groups, and society, and that have a cultural content. So we are inviting in the project Back to Life students and tutors of the University of the Life Beyond Tourism network to focus their attention on the concept of cultural expression and in which way the cultural expression of your sites are expressing, are presenting themselves. So artisan, local products, common saying, typical foods, what else? But of course also architectural, natural, heritage, landscape, customs, traditions, all those are part of your identity. And we would like to share with you the commitment in promoting and communicating and before interpreting your local cultural identities in order to launch a message that attract a specific target of visitors, not tourism, visitors that are interested, that are aware of the importance of the local identity, and to live an experience that it is not only aesthetic one, but it is something that involves the soul and the spirit of the travelers themselves. So that's why we have detailed different steps for our collaboration. And the first one is we are just leaving the first one. I mean, we are now host of Chandigarh College of Architecture in this Life Beyond Tourism Info Day. And soon, as Mr. Vijay confirmed, we will be able and glad, of course, to open in your college our photo exhibition dedicated to the Florence, the city of Florence. And I would like to emphasize that that exhibition, it is not a way to celebrate the beauty, the history, and the culture of Florence. We are aware that Florence is an important city in the tourism trend, but there are so many others that have the same importance. The photo exhibition that we created would like to be just an example of the methodology that we adopted for discovering, interpreting, and communicating the cultural identity of Florence. So would like to be a model that you are free to adopt or not, but it is an example of what, from the point of view of the local residents, we would like to put at the attention of the visitors. And as you can see in that exhibition, you will not see the iconic beauties of Florence. We focus our attention also on those aspects that sometimes are neglected by the mass tourism, for sure, but that represents at the same time the genius loci, the spirit, real spirit, genuine spirit of Florence. The second step will be the possibility for you all to attend our e-learning Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue, Heritage as a Builder of Peace. It's a short introductory course to our methodology, and that we are confident will help you in understanding better our activity, our principles, and so on and so far, and also the practices that we adopted. Then you will be invited, requested to produce a cultural storytelling of Chandigarh or the county or your region, according to the guidelines prepared by Life Beyond Tourism for you. So we are inviting you to prepare and produce a presentation, a storytelling of your site, and to focus on those aspects that you think are an essential aspects for communicating at the best the spirit of your city and your place. And with that storytelling, you will participate in the coming international festival of the regional cultural expression from the world. That will be on 25 and 26 of November. It will be it is an hybrid event because we all are still facing on the nasty consequences of the pandemic. Of course, things are getting better and better progressively, but for this 2021 edition, we decided to organize the festival in an hybrid format. So you will be free to decide to come to Florence and present your storytelling to the audience, or otherwise, as we are doing right now, we can set up a connection and you will present to the colleagues from other countries and other culture your works online. So again, now I go fast because I already explained. This is the poster of the exhibition that hopefully soon you will host in your college. I would like to add that that exhibition is made up by 60 panels, 3 photos each, depicting the architecture, colors, building, products, and other cultural expression of Florence. And each posters is endowed by a chip, NFC chip, near field communication. It works like that. If you get your mobile smartphone closer to that chip, you will in your display a further contents will inform you about the subject of the picture in the poster, and it will happen the same for your posters that you will ask to produce. Some examples of the poster that you will receive soon, and also how it works, the NFC technology. You whenever you again get closer your smartphone to each poster, you will have the possibility to have a further insight about historical figures, what to eat, what you see, some photos, and of course you have also the possibility to upload your photos when you will visit that place. Some people, so these are the exhibition location so far organized. The Life Beyond Tourism Info Day is what we are living right now, where I try to give a first overlook of our activity. The e-learning course is, as I told you before, it's it's quite short. We of course we know how much busy students are, so it's no longer than 2 hours. So you can combine that course with your educational and courses and lessons and so on. But it would like to share the main concepts of the Life Beyond Tourism research and the tools that we activated to create, to transform the tourism experience in an experience for promoting intercultural dialogue, and of course also to enhance the local cultural identity, also from an economic point of view. So there are 3 modules. There is the first one, 2 lessons, provides an introduction to the course and a conceptual and terminological study. The second module is made up of 2 lessons too, and deals with the theme of the influence and of tourism on a side and risk opportunities. The third one is made up by 3 lessons and explore our Life Beyond Tourism experience. And during the course, students will be asked to do research, browsing internet, to find for themselves new possible examples to create their own references. So coming back now, after approaching the Life Beyond Tourism methodology from a passive point of view, now the third step, as I told you before, it involves you in a deeper way, because you will be asked to produce a cultural storytelling of your region, and as I told you before, that output, that cultural storytelling will be those output that you will present during the festival in November 2021. Of course, we don't want to force you to produce a huge research. We need a very friendly user storytelling of your region. So when you will read the guideline that I already shared with Mr. Vijay, you will realize that we don't ask a deep research, but just an overview of through which you can produce your interpretation, personal interpretation of the cultural identity of your site. Of course, in our guideline, we have suggested some points like city, towns, points of cultural interest, itineraries, custom, traditions, local festival, gastronomic specialities, and one that it is really well considered by us, also the possibility to promote the knowledge of the typical products of your sites, and especially the human capital that embody the identity of your site. You perfectly know that the knowledge, the how to do is a heritage that it is weaker, the tangible one. We can restore a marble, we can restore a stone, we can restore a building, historical building. But if we lose the capacity of producing according to the historical knowledge and experience that people transmit from father to son and then to grandson, if we lose this heritage, there is no way at all to restore it. It is completely lost. That's why we would like also to invite you to shed in your cultural storytelling to mention those human capital that represent your region. So, and the output of your cultural storytelling will be exhibited in the Florence Festival in November 2021. Your cultural storytelling will be uploaded on the Life Beyond Tourist portal completely. And you will be asked to produce 3 posters like the ones of the Florence exhibition, where you can sum up the main achievement of your storytelling. However, we will care in printing those 3 posters here in Florence, and we will care in adding an NFC chip in your 3 posters, so that the users in Florence that visit the festival with their mobile phone can read and realize and read, of course, completely your research, your cultural storytelling. So that is the working, how the Florence Festival 2021 works. And this is the link you can see. And there are the deadline. So the deadline for presenting your cultural storytelling is approaching. Of course, as ancient Roman were used to say, in camera caritatis, if you need some days more, I can, of course, we can wait for some more days. Again, let me summarize what you are required to produce a cultural storytelling of the Chandigarh region: text, picture, videos, and others. And you can and send by Zoom, with transfer, or in digital form. And you have also to produce, still in digital format, 3 vertical posters with in the website there are the template is available, and finally a PowerPoint presentation 50 minutes long that you can that you will present in presence in Florence if you decide to come, or from your college because again, I repeat, the 2021 edition of the festival will be in hybrid format. And we are convinced that at the end of that experience, that again, let me emphasize, that will last 5 years. So we will arrange and organize the festival in 2021 November, but also in 2022 November, up to November 2025. And we are convinced that students involved in that experience will engender and will develop and improve their sense of cultural belonging and awareness. And they will improve their perception to be part of a local community that would like to contribute to a wider and cohesive territorial visibility of your region, of your culture and your identity. And you will also contribute, because your cultural storytelling will be used for promoting and presenting at best your cultural identity to those people that visiting our portal will be interested in getting news and insights on Chandigarh region. And this, of course, will have also a positive influence in the hospitality and in the attractive capacity of your region as well. So this is just for those students and colleagues from those universities who will bravely decided to come to Florence, joking apart. The festival will be hosted in one of the most important historical buildings in Florence, Palazzo Medici Ricaldi. The first Medici Palace, I don't know if someone of you knows the history of Florence, that is as famous for in the world thanks to the mecenatic activity of that family, Medici family, who hosted and supported the development of the capacity of the famous Italian artists like Michelangelo, Donatello, Benozzo Gozzoli, and so on. So it's the 2021 edition will be hosted in such a prestigious venue. Let me also share with you an example of cultural storytelling made by students from Georgia, from colleagues of yours in the field of architecture and heritage conservation. The region that they selected was Kvemo Kartli, that is northward Tbilisi, the capital. And so this is an example of their storytelling, that it is already on the web, on the portal Life Beyond Tourism. These are the team. You can see 2 tutors and the seven students. So this is a short presentation of what is expecting you in the coming time for participating in our festival. Let me finally give a short overview of the Life Beyond Tourism scientific activity, because until 2020, every year we were used to produce publication, and some publication of that you already receive, you will receive in our parcel, together with the exhibition. These are the recent one. It was an international conference with over 240 participants from 48 countries. Of course, it fell in 2020, March, So the conference itself was cancelled for the pandemic outbreak, but in spite of that, we produced the publications, as you can see. And let me also emphasize the role of Life Beyond Tourism in some international projects funded by Erasmus+. The last one is UNINET, University Network of Cultural Heritage, Integrated Protection, Management and Use. The purpose was to develop an interdisciplinary teaching module combining the issues of protection, management, and use of 3 types of cultural heritage: architectural heritage, archaeological heritage, and cultural landscape. Project outputs are a course on integrated protection, management, and use of cultural heritage, and handbooks on modern management, sustainable protection, and contemporary use of cultural heritage, and the knowledge exchange and the educational portal on cultural heritage. Those are the partners, and of course, from Poland, Italy, Greece, Germany, and other from those partners from those countries. And that experience is part of our teaching experience. So the foundation and its Life Beyond Tourism movement is glad to share also with you the achievements and the experience that we measure during those projects. We are also hosting, we are a partnership also with the ICOMOS. Probably someone of you already knows the important role of this international organization in the field of heritage enhancement. And so I have finished my presentation, and I can do anything but to wish you a fruitful participation in our initiatives. Thank you very much for your attention. Of course, if someone of you would like to have some question, would like to present some questions, I will be delighted to clarify something. Again, let me highlight that this is a first approach, it's a first meeting. And I can assure, since now my close and sharing in bringing you and your college to be represented during the festival in Florence, that are gathering again universities and students from like you, from other countries, other culture, and that represents, we believe, an opportunity to widen our way to know the cultural diversities in the world. Thank you very much again for your attention. Are some questions, some thoughts?
We love it. Now the question, our students have few questions. First would be, as you mentioned, that the final deadline of the exhibition can be increased or is flexible. So is that possible that we shift the deadline by 1 or 2 days forward?
Yes, of course. We can, if you need some days more, there are no problem. You know, we set up an earlier deadline because, as I told you before, we will gather all the works and we will print it, all the posters from India, from Japan, from many countries. So, and we will add to each poster, thanks to a technical partner, the chip in each sheet of poster. So, and that's why we set up an earlier deadline. But of course, if you need some days more, no problem.
That's great. Second question is the final deadline for presentation. The presentation we have, 15-minute presentation. Is it on the same date or is it on 25th November? The presentation, the 15 minutes.
Well, of course, we still have to prepare the final program of presentations, but again, it depends on we will have a clear view after the 30th of September, the number of universities who will attend on site, the number of universities and students who will attend online. And according to those figures, we will produce a program. Honestly, I think that the online presentation will be the 26th of November, but it depends on the number of registration that we receive online and on site. So
the question which is related to this is that do we have to submit the presentation along with the cultural storytelling, or do we just submit it on the day of 26th November when we have to present it?
no, the posters, the cultural storytelling, I mean text, photos, videos, and what else? And the PowerPoint should be delivered during within the deadline.
So even the presentation should be delivered with the deadline.
Yes. Again, if you need some days more, no problem. This is the first time that we start a collaboration, and my personal task is to make everything as smoother as possible for you.
That's very kind of you. Now I'll ask my students to ask you a few questions. So,
so first of all, we wanted to know that there are 3 vertical posters, but in that particular document, we didn't really see a poster template link. That
I see. I will send to Mr. Vijay the link to download the template. I take note. It's right. It's okay. Is what you needed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent.
Next is, sir, in the cultural storytelling part, we have the introductory text, and in that particular guideline is written we have to give a biography of 150, maximum 150 words.
Yes, it's a way to thank all the participants to this experience. So we would like to give as much visibility as possible, also for all the authors that took part in that created the storytelling.
So basically, I wanted to confirm that is it for every student, or it's in total that the biography that we have to present and the text for the biography that we have to present is for just the head or the students that are working in it?
We prefer all the members of the group. A short biography, because we would like to thank you, your colleague on your side, Ankit, Valia, and the group of 3 students as you. Probably you will have the attending our course, reading our books, you will realize that we care and consider highly the importance of educate young people like you to the principle of the foundation. And so since the beginning, the importance to give importance to the young generation and what they do and what they do for contributing to disseminate their cultural identity is important for us. So you are the main actors. You, like the colleagues from Japan, from Russia, from Italy, you are the main actors of this experience, and we would like to repay and to tribute the right importance for your role.
Right, sir. So also, do we have to attach the pictures of the students and the team, basically the whole team?
Yes, you see, as you see in the final presentation of the colleagues of Georgia, you see the picture of all the, and of course, one of the main, how can I say, hope and dreams is that you will have also the chance to get in touch with them, with the colleagues from Georgia, to know each other, to talk and share your experience, your culture with them. This is the role of our foundation, to to put young people together, developing friendship and mutual respect and knowledge each other, for creating altogether a better place, the world as a better place to live, because the world is if all the young generation grows being aware of how much important is to the respect and the knowledge of the cultural diversity, for sure we contribute to the progress of humankind.
Right, sir. So actually it was not mentioned in the document, so that's why we were quite skeptical about it. So next one is related to the itinerary. In the document, it was written each itinerary. So what is the exact meaning of each itinerary? How many itineraries do we have to move?
Honestly, I need to check. We ask some itineraries that you would like to suggest. So the number of the itineraries is it depends on you, and so you can produce 1, 2, 3. It depends on your personal knowledge. And again, please consider the fact that storytelling is not for me. It's not for maybe for future tourist agency, maybe possible. But first of all, if it is for one guy like you, young girl like you, coming maybe from Georgia, that would like to know better your place. So feel free to give your personal interpretation of the itineraries that you would like, because nobody better than the locals knows how to present at the best the place where they live.
So, sir, even if we give only one itinerary, can we increase the number of photos in it? Because they have actually written only maximum 5 photos we can.
No, we have to respect for each itineraries this text, the limits, the text of the description. So, because remember that all your cultural storytelling will be transferred by our webmaster in the portal according to particular layout. So it's necessary to adopt the instruction in terms of length of text, in terms of number of picture, in terms of DPI and so on, all the technical details that are mentioned in the guideline.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So next one was related to the pictures. Can we outsource the pictures? Do we have to click, because there's a copyright issue, I guess. So
yeah. So please be careful. That is an important aspect. If you are the authors of the picture, no problem, of course. But if you use a picture whose copyright is that have a copyright, you must get previous an authorization, and this is again. Let me sorry if I come back to say something that I've already told you before.
Yes,
it's important to know your interpretation of your site. So we expect that you make picture, you make video, you make drawings, you make everything you think to explain at the best your feelings for your town, for your place, you see. Otherwise, of course, if you use pictures and video of third parties, you need first to get the authorization. It's important that.
Right, sir. Sir, we totally get that the itinerary part has only 5 pictures, but in the subheads, like the other guidelines of cities and towns and some other cultural interests, so can we add pictures in that, more pictures in that?
Or not, honestly, I am prepared in giving as much answer as I can, but this is a very specific question. Let me ask kindly, can you write me, and I will
Yes.
give you an answer precise, because I did the cultural, I checked the cultural guideline, but honestly, I need also to refresh something, because your question is particularly precise. So write me. I can share with all of you my email. Here it is. Did you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So feel free to write me at any time, any question and suggestions, and I will be eager to answer you in the best way.
Sir, actually, like we saw the Covemo example as well.
Yeah.
So in that they have included a lot of pictures related to the city. So we thought, because there are a lot of landmarks in our city as well, so we wanted to showcase in particular format according to the guidelines given to us.
Yes, you can do it. Let me recommend, as soon as you have some even not completed storytelling, send it to me, because my main our main concept is to show what you are doing also for the others colleagues. You know, we would like to put on the web also, because each storytelling represent a benchmark to be adopted by other colleagues who are making questions like you. So as soon as you have even not completed storytelling, please send it to me. We will immediately put on the web, and we will inform our network. Oh, look, the guys from Chandigarh College of Architecture has send us a first draft of their final storytelling, and they can adopt your model as well if they, because again, this is the first edition of the festival. So so far with the students like you, we adopted other initiatives like international workshop, exhibition of diploma projects, several kind of initiatives. But this format of the festival is the first in 2021. So of course there are it is something new, is something with some unprecedented models. So we need to perfect it, and we need to share it as wider as possible.
All right, sir. So next one is related to the video
Yes.
that we want to present in our entry. So our interview has a regional dialect, but we are providing only subtitles for the subtitles in English. Will that be sufficient?
Yes, subtitle in English, of course.
Absolutely. Will that be sufficient, or?
Sorry?
Do we need to dub the video as well, or subtitles are sufficient?
Again, please, if you need, you in your video, you can
need to dub the video.
You can, in your video, you can also express in your language. But in that case, it's in any case, it is important that you produce a subtitle in English. That's because of course there are students from different countries.
So there was another question regarding the submission of our submission, regarding the submission of our presentation. There was a link. They said that you have to submit it via We Transfer. So what is that?
Well, We Transfer is I write to you on the chat box the address. It's one way for transferring big size files. I don't know if you have used someone else, but that is one we think one of the most popular. But if you have someone else, no problem, you can use it. I give you the address, and it's very simple to use WeTransfer. It's not necessary to fill up any form or else.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
here it
That
is.
would be all I.
So this is what is popular link, but if you have someone else, no problem. There are zip file or so many. You know better than me how transfer big sized files. You are younger than me, so better more proficient than me in that.
Right, so.
All right, so.
So that's all. I don't think so. We have any other problem related to the.
Thank you. Thank
Sir,
you.
just sir, last one more question.
Yes, of course.
So do we need to provide idioms and proverbs in English or can be provided in our regional language?
In what? Listen, again, for the reason why your outputs, I mean the storytelling, the video, the poster, the presentation will be disseminated throughout our network first, and then displayed in Florence and online. We need that at least English language is guaranteed, just because.
So basically the point is the idioms and proverbs are more.
And there is no. I don't hear. The connection is not.
So that's why.
Again, now I see you blocked. Your image is blocked. Probably your connection is weak. Again,
so let me ask the question.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the question is that the idioms and proverbs are in our regional dialect, that is Hindi. And so should we present that? Should we just or whether we should translate it into English? Because the regional dialect has its own meaning. We can use it, and then actually we can use it. We can highlight the text and then translate, give out the meaning, and define how it is being used. Or rather, we have to directly present it in English. That is what his question was.
But it's a video in which format?
No, it's not a video. It's it is the idiom and proverbs.
Well, probably you can use its text. Is in you can use under brackets the idiom and then the correspondent translation. Probably.
Sure, that would be better.
Yeah, we like also because language, idioms are a way of it's a part of identity, and we think that it is even nice to hear the sound of the dialect, but we have at the same time to guarantee that every people understand what it's in dialect, you see. So in that case, let me invite you to conceive and mind and think about which would be the way for a global fruition of that idiom and the dialect and proverb and the said and so on. Probably it should be nice to make a sound file with also a text translation, so someone can hear first and then to read what. So this is what the suggestion I can do. But again, for such a kind of particular question, write me and I will answer. Okay, I don't know if there are some other questions. Otherwise, we can close our first meeting. That is not the last. Of course, I will care in keeping contact with you all. I don't see Mr. Vijay anymore. Probably the connection is gone.
Yes, so there's just a bit of an issue here regarding the internet. We're just joining in a minute. And yes, sir, it was quite an introductory session. We are looking forward to the seminar that we'll hold within a few days.
Yes.
And the lecture by LBT. Yes, sir.
About the course, here is it. Hello, hello again. As I told you to Mr. Vijay, you will be entitled to attend the e-learning for free. But the e-learning is hosted in Udemy platform. So, and of course, ordinary, it costs about 30 euro to attend that course. But for you, you will receive a special code by me, and that will allow you to attend the course for free. But from the technical details by Udemy platform, you need to make the first access within 3 days, starting from tomorrow. Then you can stop and then again attend the rest of the course in the coming days. But it's important that the first access to the course will be done within 3 days, right? Okay.
One question from our side was that the presentation, the 9 points we have to complete in the cultural storytelling exercise, do we compile them in a PDF form and send it to you?
I don't remember if we asked a PDF. Let me check. Honestly, or well, not. There is no written any. No, it is. You can send it. I don't see any requirements, specific requirement in that case. So you can also use Word or listen. Let me suggest to use a Word file, because in case our webmaster need to adjust some format in the web, probably it is better to use for the text the doc version.
The PowerPoint format.
Yes, or PowerPoint is okay.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, dear friends from Chandigarh, I hope that maybe one day I can visit your historical town, because I only browsed the net and read something about your place. So I thank you. I thank you very much.
Let us know.
And of course, if you will have a chance to Florence, we will be delighted to welcome you all. again, this is only the first meeting. Again, be sure that I will care in making your participation as smoother as possible, and you got a unforgettable experience of that first collaboration. Refer my best greetings to Professor Sangheta Baga, sorry. And now I think that the next step will be the opening of the exhibition, or at the earliest, your participation in the course. After the course, if you would like, we can arrange another meeting if there are some other questions.
Okay, that'll be great.
So,
Thank you, Simone.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for you all. All the best for your participation. Again, you have my mobile phone, you have my email. Feel free to contact me at any time. And many greetings from Florence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Ciao.
much, sir.
Good day.
Ciao. Ciao, everyone. Ciao.
ये तो स्पेनिश ही है मैं कह रहा था सर जी है ये मानते नहीं
बोल रहे हैं